South Carolina. Rhonda Talley lives near the crash scene and tells WECT News.
Fortunately, no damage to the houses or the yard or anything. And apparently there were 2 people inside is what I heard, and we don't really know how they're doing, but we hope they're okay.
Cardinal George Pell will return to Australia to face multiple counts of historical sexual assault charges. CBS's Sabina Castelfranco reports.
Australian Cardinal George Pell is the highest-ranking official in the Catholic Church ever to have been charged with sexual abuse. He addressed the media this morning.
There's been relentless character assassination. A relentless character assassination.
Pope Francis has granted him a leave of absence to return to Australia to defend himself in court. Sabina Castelfranco, CBS News, Rome.
A High Point woman has been arrested after authorities say a search of her home revealed more than 6 pounds of marijuana and moonshine. The Davidson County Sheriff's Office says that 56-year-old Shelby Rourke Barrier faces several charges. You're listening to NCN News.
This is Brian Geisinger from the ACC Sports Journal. Here's a look at what we have at ACCSports.com today. At the ACC Analytics tab, we take a look at the numbers, break down the video behind Theo Pinson, and see what makes the rising senior from Greensboro, North Carolina, such a special talent for Roy Williams. Also at the ACC Analytics page, we take a look at the numbers behind Baylor grad transfer Al Freeman and how he'll impact NC State's offense in the 2017-2018 season. 5-star running back Zamir White from Scotland County, North Carolina, made his college decision earlier this week. He elected to play for the Georgia Bulldogs over UNC and Clemson. To get the full scoop and details on that, head to ACC Sports. Our 2017 football preview magazine is out. You can order your copy online or pick one up at Barnes & Noble. For the latest news on the Heels, Wolfpack, Devils, Deacons, and the rest of the ACC, make sure to check out ACCSports.com.
The U.S. is setting new visa rules for 6 mainly Muslim nations and some refugees.
I'm Tom Foti. Having won a partial procedural victory in the U.S. Supreme Court, the Trump administration is now putting into effect its limited travel restrictions in 6 mostly Muslim nations. CBS News senior legal analyst Andrew Cohen.
How the rollout goes depends entirely on how faithfully federal immigration officials follow the Supreme Court's guidance on who now is covered by the ban and who isn't. If Trump officials narrowly interpret the Supreme Court order, we will see a ton of litigation, much of it embarrassing for the administration, to the extent that people with bona fide ties to America are blocked from coming here.
The actual legal arguments over the Trump travel ban will be heard by the Supreme Court in the fall. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
Ryan's Law has been passed into law. It creates a regional system to create foster care. Ryan's Law is named after a Moore County toddler who wandered away from his home last year and drowned in a pond. Wake County Republican Senator Tamara Behringer, a foster parent for nearly a decade, was a staunch supporter of the bill.
We saw children in our home with broken bones, with cracked skulls, locked in closets in the dark. Having seen that, I cannot be silent.
A Central Florida man hasn't done anything illegal, but law enforcement says they're looking for him anyway because what he has done is downright weird.
Police are looking for a man who was seen in a Palm Coast, Florida parking lot wearing a shirt and orange women's panties. Flagler County Sheriff spokesman Steve Brandt says there's nothing illegal about that or what he's accused of doing.
He's wearing women's lingerie and putting lingerie on, tying it to people's vehicles and mirrors.
Photographs show a pair of black pantyhose tied to a driver's side mirror and underwear left by the driver's door of one car.
Why? I don't know.
For now, Brandt says law enforcement just wants to talk to him. Peter King, CB.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
From ABC News, I'm Aaron Katersky. Airlines warn foreign travel is about to get unnecessarily frustrating because of new security measures the U.S. is requiring of flights from overseas.
The new directives affecting every flight, every airline coming into the U.S. That covers 280 airports, 180 airlines, 2,000 flights, and 325,000 passengers a day. Passengers will see more canine units, more explosive swabbing, and possibly new scanning machines, which can show contents of a bag in 3D. ID. This means the laptop ban from airports in 8 countries will not be expanded if airlines follow what DHS calls raising the bar of security around the world.
That is ABC's David Curley. Starting today, all refugees and anyone from 6 mainly Muslim countries who want to enter the United States must prove a close family or business tie. The new criteria stem from President Trump's executive order on immigration the Supreme Court partially upheld. So-called sanctuary cities that refuse to cooperate with federal deportation forces would be punished under legislation the House is considering today. A related bill would stiffen penalties on people who re-enter the U.S. illegally. A top advisor to Pope Francis took a leave of absence today so he can defend himself from sex abuse charges in his native Australia. George Cardinal Pell called the charges a relentless character assassination.
News of these charges strengthens my resolve, and court proceedings now offer me an opportunity to clear my name.
Pell, who handles church finances, is the highest-ranking Vatican official ever to be charged in the long-running sexual abuse scandal. There is more severe weather in today's forecast for the Midwest after more than 24 tornadoes tore through 4 states. Doris Beeson witnessed one of them in Prairiesburg, Iowa.
It was just slow motion, and it was really dark. And there were times it would get really
You're
light.
listening to ABC News.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to National Tax Helpline, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. Once you've qualified and enrolled, the IRS will stop all the collection activities against you. These unique programs have been allocated to help the economy and significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call now for free information and to see if you qualify. Take down the number now for the Tax Helpline, 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055 for free information. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055.
Major League Baseball umpire John Tupain was on his way to the ballpark before the Pirates game in Pittsburgh when he helped a woman who was contemplating jumping from the Roberto Clemente Bridge.
This is, this was an unbelievable day, and I'm glad to say that, she can have another day with us, and glad I was in the right place at the right time.
Tupain said he hooked his arm around hers, then asked a passerby to call 911. 2 people are recovering after an explosion got at a college dorm at Murray State University in Kentucky. No students were there because it's summer break. This guy was across the street when it happened.
Grateful and thankful that, this didn't happen 6 weeks later down the road when all the students got here.
Gas leak is suspected there. Protesters demand a 3rd trial for a University of Cincinnati police officer who fatally shot Sam DuBose during a 2015 traffic stop. A judge declared a mistrial last week after jurors were unable to reach a verdict in the officer's 2nd trial. Researchers say a flu patch with tiny needles on it may change the way we receive vaccines. A preliminary study showed the patch safe and effective. It has 100 small needles just long enough to penetrate the skin, release the vaccine, and then dissolve. Doctors said they're painless and found no serious side effects. Someone, and there's no word who, bought an R2-D2 unit used in several Star Wars films. The auction price, almost $3 million. It's ABC News.
Your morning's first news. Good morning, America. We want to get right to that breaking news. Never just the headlines, always digging deeper, reporting the facts you deserve. The exclusive news-breaking interviews, what everyone's talking about. Robin, George, Michael. Oh yeah, here we go. Serving up what you need and what you want. First thing every morning. Good morning, America. That's why GMA is America's #1 morning show. We'll see you in the morning on GMA. And we thank you.
Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular, flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
Should be another nice day today, a little bit warmer compared to yesterday, but overall the humidity will still be fairly low for this time of year. Have mostly sunny skies with high temperatures climbing into the middle to upper 80s today. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, partly cloudy and mild with low temperatures in the middle 60s. Then a few more clouds around Friday with the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs climb into the mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Amy. Good morning, everybody. It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Thursday, a tremendous Thursday it is, and 29th day of June. We're starting out with cloudy skies this morning, but getting some sun before it's all over with, and a 20% chance of isolated shower this afternoon. Now, tracing this weather forecast to the weekend, that's when you're interested in the July 4th weekend, right? Well, on Saturday, partly cloudy with some scattered showers, a 40% chance, and our temperatures are going to be around 84 with the heat index around 90. Then on Sunday, highs around 88 and light wind, the chance of rain 40%, scattered showers. Then on Monday, isolated showers, 20% chance. On Tuesday, July 4th, partly cloudy with scattered showers, about 30% chance of that happening, around 91 for a daytime high on July 4th. So pretty good weather. I don't think anything major is going to happen in terms of the weather, just maybe a pop-up, short-lived shower. And again, right now we are at 63 degrees. I have these death announcements this morning. William Oliver Keller, age 91, of Lake Lure, died Thursday, June 22nd at Hospice House. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later by McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services. And again, that's William Oliver Keller. Sarah Waters Reed, age 78, of Rutherfordton, died Tuesday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 12 until 1 today at Sandy Level Baptist Church. The funeral service will be today at 1 o'clock at Sandy Level Baptist Church with Reverend David Barton officiating. Burial will be at Sandy Level Baptist Church Cemetery. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Sarah Waters Reed. Robert J. Connor, age 80, of East Church Street, Bostic, passed away Friday, June 23rd at his residence. The funeral service will be conducted at 3 o'clock today at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel with Reverend Keith Stevenson officiating. Burial will follow in Green River Baptist Church Cemetery with military honors rendered by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Robert J. Connor. Mr. Donald Clay Harrison, 82, of Mooresboro, died Saturday at his residence. A memorial service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Friday at High Shoal Baptist Church. Reverend John Godfrey will officiate. The visitation will follow the service in the church. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of Donald Clay Harrison. Norman Luther Spivey, age 67, of Mill Spring, passed away Thursday, June 22nd at his home. Services will be held 2 o'clock on Sunday, July the 2nd at Sunnyview Clubhouse, Cooper's Gap Road, Mill Springs. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Norman Luther Spivey. John Wineski service will be held, memorial service will be held Friday, June 30th at 11 o'clock at Fairfield Mountains Chapel with a reception for the family to follow. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of John Wisniewski. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. Get to complete information on these and others as they come into us. Can be heard today at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report. Here on the most information for the foothills, WCAB Rutherfordton. We're also broadcasting on Northland Cable Channel 5 and we're streaming our signal on the World Wide Web at www.wcab59.com. Congratulations to the Forest City Owls on another win yesterday over Gastonia, 5-1. We carried that game here live. We have another game this evening as they take on Martinsville right here on WCAB.
Okay, so if you live in America's heartland, you'll be thrilled to know the Democrat Party wants to make amends. A Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee has appointed a congresswoman from Illinois, Sherry Bustos, to head their Heartland Engagement Office. Ms. Bustos says the Heartland is critical to Democrats winning back the House. She says that her party has got to do better when it comes to listening to people from small towns and rural areas, flyover country, in other words. Now, she says that Democrats want to help people in the heartland. And she wants to help them find good-paying jobs, raise strong families, and live the American dream in the great American heartland. Now, as the new Heartland Engagement Ambassador, Ms. Bustos wants to build a partnership with you in the wasteland, heartland. Every time Democrats lose big, they do this, folks. When Howard Dean took over the DNC years ago, he promised that Democrats would stop ignoring the heartland and pay attention to their values. But it's all BS. Democrats despise the values of the heartland. They mock them every chance they get. Remember Obama's bitter clingers, you people in small-town America holding onto your guns and your religion? The Democrat Party agenda has never been about engaging with the heartland's traditional values. It's about wiping them out.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. With its powerful technology, ZipRecruiter distributes your job everywhere it needs to be to find the right candidates. In fact, over 80% of jobs on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just one day. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Used by businesses of all sizes, ZipRecruiter offers the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer.
You know, the 4th of July is the day for family, fun, and music. And WCAB is going to rock your 4th. Starting at 8 a.m. after the morning call-around report, stay with WCAB as we bring you the music that made America great. From Smokey and the Miracles to Foreigner, Patsy Cline to Carly Simon, Garth Brooks to Rod Stewart, and a whole lot in between. And as you're enjoying the fireworks, make sure you take us with you because we're going to rock this 4th all the way to midnight. So join WCAB for a rockin' 4th of July starting at 8 a.m. right here on AM 59 WCAB.
Friends don't let friends tune to any other radio station. Good friends recommend AM 59. Shouldn't you be a good friend?
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year, and if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? Well, it means quality care right here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of a heart attack. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe, quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com.
It was said of George Armstrong Custer that his officers fell into 2 categories, those who hated him and those who were related to him. And 5 of them were related. Today's story is about one of these relations, his brother Tom. Tom Custer was 5 years younger than George, and he spent his life in the shadows of his older brother. Although he wasn't as flamboyant as George, Tom was his own man. For example, unlike his brother, Tom liked his liquor. In 1870, while camped with the 7th Cavalry near Hays City, Kansas, where at the time Wild Bill Hickok was the marshal, Tom supposedly got drunk and was chased out of town by Hickok. Tom vowed revenge. A short time later, Hickok had a shootout with 3 troopers from the 7th. It's thought that Tom Custer had something to do with the affair. In 1874, Tom led an expedition into the Yellowstone River area and arrested a chief by the name of Rain in the Face. Rain in the Face later escaped, vowing to someday cut out Tom's heart. Quite possibly, Rain in the Face got his wish, for Tom's body was so mutilated in the Little Bighorn battle that his initials, TWC, tattooed on his arm was the only means of identification. Although Tom never got the fame of his older brother, during the Civil War, Tom's exploits resulted in his accomplishing something no other soldier had done before him, and few have accomplished since. Tom won 2 Congressional Medals of Honor. Tom Custer has been compared to Alvin York of World War I and Audie Murphy of World War II. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
16 minutes now past the hour of 7 o'clock here on this tremendous Thursday morning, and it's time to go to the phones and find out what's been happening overnight while we slept. And we stop first and talk with Sheriff Chris Francis. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are.
Well, I am. Hard to beat that tremendous Thursday morning you're talking about. I like that.
I do. I like this weather, too. July 4th looks like it's going to be all right, too. We got a little pop-up shower, but I think we can go ahead and cook those hot dogs, don't you?
I think we will, and I agree with that weather. It has been unbelievably nice and cool in the mornings. Almost cold, about 50-something degrees yesterday morning when I got to run before 6 a.m. I was pleasantly surprised.
Are you one of those early morning runners?
I try my best, but it has felt unbelievably well. It's just good to get out in that type of morning just to experience the coolness.
I see some, coming into work sometimes, I see some runners on the way, and I thought, how early did they have to get up? I'm leaving now at 5:15 on the way to work, and they already been out there running. I said, how early do they get up to go out and run?
Too early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sheriff, tell us what's been going on.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office responded to 138 calls for service. There have been 20 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently in custody, we have 218. Among those arrests, Branson Allen Conley, a 16-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and received a $10,000 secure bond. Alex Arnold Owens, 17-year-old white male of Mooresboro, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and consuming alcohol underage, received a $20,000 secure bond. Malachi Isaac Gordon, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, received a $10,000 secure bond. James Ryan Tilley, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, second-degree kidnapping, possession with intent to sell and deliver marijuana, and an older warrant of second-degree trespass, received $45,000 on the new charges and $500 secure on the old. Charles Jacob Bramlett, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was also charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and received a $10,000 bond. These last 5 young men were charged out of the same incident. Joel Franklin McClellan, a 52-year-old white male of Ruston, was charged with failure to appear, and in show cause received a $1,000 secure bond. Nick Anthony Blackwell, 31-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with 4 counts of failure to appear and received a $70,000 secure bond. David Elliott Hayes, 36-year-old white male of Rock Hill, South Carolina, was charged with possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver heroin, possession of controlled substances in jail, and possessions of drug paraphernalia. Still waiting on his bond. David Joseph Leinhart, 26-year-old white male of Ellenboro, was charged with possession of Schedule 2, drug paraphernalia, and possession of Schedule 4, and assault on a female, and received a $15,000 secure bond. Amanda Brooke Walker, 24-year-old white female of Mount Holly, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $2,000 secure bond. Kenneth Elroy Riddle, 40-year-old white male of Mooresboro, was charged with failure to appear and resist direct delay and received a $1,000 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had assault with a deadly weapon on Harris Henrietta Road. The boys that assaulted the young victim, who was 18 years old, used hands, feet, and lawn chairs for that assault. When the law enforcement officers were on the scene, the victim was bleeding from his face, also from his head, as well as other lacerations about his body, and was transported to Rutherford Hospital. The 5 young men were taken into custody I mentioned earlier. We had obtained property by false pretense on Pea Ridge Road. Someone sold a mobile home with a lien on same. We had a worthless check on US 221 North. Someone wrote a check $85 was insufficient funds. We had a break-in, entering, and larceny of a firearm on US 221 North. There was a tin cash register valued at $300 that was taken. 10 flashlight tasers that were taken, valued at $15 each. Some Georgia work boots valued at $160. A gold chain necklace with a gold pendant on it valued at $100. A .38 snub-nosed revolver valued at $200. 3D mascot flags with Clemson and UNC on them valued at $15. There were 10 of those, as well as a few other smaller items taken in that incident. There was, in a separate incident, 2 bicycles that were located near Washburn store, and the Sheriff's Office is seeking the correct owner of those. Not give out the names of those bikes, but if someone is missing a bike in that Washburn area, please give the Sheriff's Office a call at 286-2911, and we'll look into that for you. We also had a break-and-enter on McAdoo Lane in Lake Lure. We were able to secure a warrant on Brandon Naquan Williams, 27-year-old black male from close to that area. In that incident, he has not been taken into custody at this time. We also have an injury to property on Whitesides Road where playground equipment was damaged in the amount of $1,000. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
Pretty busy schedule, it sounds like.
Everybody stayed too busy yesterday.
Sheriff, it sounds like it's a pretty good plan. And what can you tell us about the new situation goes into effect July 1st about after hours calling about a child that's been abused for DSS after hour services?
What I've read about, I believe it's just changing up the way to get in contact with DSS. Again, just trying to get that information out to the public to make sure everybody knows and take care of these kids. We want to make sure that the proper investigations are done anytime that the kid is in danger.
Okay. All right, Sheriff, you have a great day and be safe out there.
Thank you, sir, and take care.
Bye-bye. Sheriff Chris Francis in this morning at 22 now past 7.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
And here's Marie now with the 911 Communications Center report for this Thursday morning. Marie, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center has processed 597 911 and administrative calls, 42 for EMS, 18 for rescue. For law enforcement, the Sheriff's Department had 138, Forest City had 116, Lake Lure had 6, Rutherford had 13, Spindale had 65. For fire calls, Hudlow responded to a residential fire alarm and industrial fire alarm, and Spindale responded to a motor vehicle accident. And that's all I have for the morning.
Thanks, Marie. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. That's 911 Communications Center. Effective July 1st, beginning of July 1st, when someone needs to make a report of child or adult abuse or neglect, or make contact with DSS social workers after regular business hours and other times that DSS is closed, there will be a new number to make that contact. The number is 828-229-7205. Rutherford County Department of Social Services has announced a partnership with Southern Voices Incorporated in Winston-Salem to answer emergency after-hour calls. Southern Voices will accept calls for child and adult protective services after regular business hours and at other times that the agency is closed, such as during times of inclement weather, power outages, or holidays, and refer calls to DSS after-hours social worker. State law requires that DSS be available to accept protective services 24 hours, and this new service with the new number there with the company will assure that gets done. In Southern Voices is a telecommunications service that is based in Winston-Salem and serves North Carolina and surrounding counties, and they work closely with 911 and the Sheriff's Department to get that information to the right source. Here's Ruby Taylor now with the report from the Danieltown SDO district. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report, Ruby?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and I have one birthday, Jacob Ezel, having birthday, and hope he's had a nice day. The signs are in the boughs today, going to the range tomorrow, and that's all I got.
All right, Ruby, enjoy your Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, it's always a pleasure to talk about folks that have earned a great reputation in the business world, locally owned business world. That's Southern Carpet. They're the home of Bruce Hardwood, Appalachian Hardwood, ceramic tile, Armstrong vinyl, Tarkett flooring, beautiful carpet of all kinds. And if you want it done right, then you'll need to call Southern Carpet. Phone number is 245-0310, and their website is southerncarpet.net, and you'll find more on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products than anybody else. Yeah, they've earned a great reputation over the years, and they'll continue that working with you. Just tell them what you want, how many rooms you have, tell them what your budget is to work with, and they will see to it that you get satisfied. That's Southern Carpet. Steve is on the radio with me now from Rumling Ball this Thursday morning. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a little bit warmer, if you want to call it that, this morning. Yesterday I had to wear my jacket. 65 degrees this morning, so it's a lot nicer.
Now the humidity's staying down a little bit. I like that part.
Yeah, we'll take that. Tomorrow it might not be that way.
That's right.
So we'll have a good day ahead of us, hopefully, and got a little bit of moisture in the forecast, it looks like, coming up. So maybe it'll wet the ground for the firework, and it'll reduce any chance for any fires from any stray fireworks.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be good. So, and of course we always do ours on barges in the middle of the lake, kind of in the middle of the lake, and that's another safety point that we try to every year. It makes a difference. So we're able to put all the people on the beach and let them watch it from the shoreline while they're shooting them off from the barges. Same fellow's been renting us the two barges every year, and those barges are not in the best shape. So I think he just uses them just for our fireworks show every year. But anyway, it's been pretty mild the last 24 hours, not much going on. Gary was just here, and we talked about any issues that they had to attend to, and it's been pretty quiet. So all's good on that front.
Good.
So we're happy to announce that, and we're just doing the prep for the 4th of July.
All right, get some rest before then.
I'll try to.
Steve, I'll see you next time.
See you. Bye-bye.
728. Incredible July 4th clearance center sale at Grindstaff's. Lounge chairs from $3.99 from top name brands such as Drexel, Thomasville, Lexington, and more. In fabric, leather, even some pairs and chairs with ottomans at savings of over 80%. Sofas from $6.99 by Bernhardt, Martha Stewart, Heckman, Fairfield, and more with over 80% savings. Save on limited quantities of Serta mattress sets with twin sets from $1.99, full from $2.49, queen from $2.99, and king from $59. Now's the time to buy. Bring your truck or we can arrange for delivery. Our very best quality of patio furniture with up to 75% savings. Black mesh wrought iron sets from Metacraft while they last. 4-piece seating group at $8.99 or 5-piece dining set at $9.99. You don't want to miss our best offer ever on these durable outdoor furniture sets. Don't miss the weekend event on these incredible clearance center deals at Grindstaff's of Forest City. Now let's head over toward Hudlow, get a report from Mr. Bob Hodge. Good morning, Bob. How are you doing?
Oh, just fine. How are you on this Thursday morning?
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Well, that's good. Only partly cloudy up here this morning. Temperature's not too bad, so it's cool this morning. But enjoy this cool weather. So it looks like it's gonna get up close to 90 next few days there. So
you're right. It certainly is going to do that.
It is hot as a firecracker by the 4th of July.
Monday, expect a high to be about 90, and Tuesday, 91.
That's right. Well, it's that time of the year, I guess, so. But it won't be long fall comes back around here. And Jim, up here with the fire department during the night, yesterday, we answered one residential fire alarm call. Had a couple of medical calls. That's about it with the fire department. Let's say happy birthday to Martha Kelly this morning. And, Jim, that's about it. Things are along good and quiet up here this morning, and maybe it'll stay that way. And
I hope so.
And I hope you have a real good day, and I'll be talking to you in the morning.
Bob, thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to talk with you, and I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Owls had a good day yesterday over Gastonia. They beat them 5-1 in a daytime game, and they'll be playing again, but it's a nighttime game tonight, and that'll be over in Martinsville. And we'll have that game broadcast live tonight.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids and vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697.
If you ever get stuck on the highway and can't move your car, it won't run, or if you get locked out of your car, if you have this number handy, it'll help is on the way. 287-2111, 287-2111. That's the number for Brad's Wrecker Service. If you got that number close by, he'll be right out. Helps on the way. He'll get you started, haul you in, get your door unlocked for you. Whatever it takes to get you on the road, he can do it. And if you need a battery, he's got plenty of those too. Brad's Wrecker Service. Yep, you'll find them up on Highway 64, 1737, Highway 64, Roofton. Now let's head over towards Cherry Mountain Fire District. And Sue Price, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling
nice
good this morning?
Morning over here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning.
62 degrees started out with. We've enjoyed these cool mornings, but I know we're going to get some hot weather coming up, but that's the time of year for it. Just have to take what comes, but we have enjoyed these cool days.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see, I didn't have any calls from the fire department. I don't have any birthdays or anniversaries on either one of my calendars. Fairview has a birthday today for Chase McAbey. And Fairview has a birthday for Amy Lavender. So I hope those folks will have a good day today. And happy birthday and happy anniversary to anybody that's celebrating. We hope everybody will have a good day. Today is the day to pick up your orders from the Ellenboro Women's Club. If you ordered baked goods, today's the day to pick that up, and that starts at 4 o'clock. So don't forget to come out and get what you ordered. And I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Paul Toney, 82 today. And no other news that I know of. It's just been real quiet over this way, and that's the way we like it. So everything's going good, and I hope you'll have a good day today, Tim.
Well, thank you, Sue. I will do my best to do that, and you too.
All right.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're being kind today to Shirley Hamilton of Forest City. Shirley is retired and celebrating a birthday today.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
A lot of times we put things off because it's the fear of the unknown. When things start happening to us in our bodies, we put things off. We don't want to go to the doctor. We're afraid to go to the doctor. We're afraid to go to the hearing specialist because we're afraid don't worry about the fear of the unknown if you're having difficulty hearing. Go to Miracle Ear office and let Lisa Terry walk you through the hearing test, free hearing test. Doesn't take very long at all. And then she can walk you through the process of selecting the right hearing instrument for you that you might need. If you don't need one, she's not going to press you into anything, but it is time to start doing something about it, isn't it? If you're having difficulty hearing, family's having to speak loud to you, repeat it several times, you turn the volume up too loud, or you're questioning what did they say, it might be time to have that pre-hearing test, whether you think it's time to get an instrument or not. Just go have that test. Call Lisa at 447-7716, 447-7716, and just tell Lisa you heard me talking about that pre-hearing test and you'd like to get that done. She'll be happy to accommodate you, and with no problems, no questions, no obligations whatsoever. All right, I believe we're going upstate Union Mills now and check in to get the Kelly report. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this tremendous Thursday morning?
I'm as happy as I'll lark.
Well, that's good. That sounds good to me.
Wonder where that expression came from, happy as a lark.
Because the bird sings early, the birds sing early in the morning.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
That's why, and so what makes you happy as a lark?
Yeah, I'm happy as a lark.
That sounds good to me.
I love to hear the birds sing, don't you?
Yeah, I do. They're pretty. And we hope everybody's having a good morning and enjoying probably our last day for a while of cool temperatures.
Like it's warming up.
Yeah, it's going to get hot. It's the 4th of July coming up. I've got 60 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays and anniversaries. Well, it's just anniversaries. Reverend Jerry and Gladys Campbell and Van and Susan Sheehan. I don't have any birthdays on Macedonia or around here, either one. So we hope these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcement, the Old Gilkey School Community Center and the Ruitan Club is going to have a 4th of July celebration. Starts at 4 p.m. until. This will be up at the old school in the clubhouse. Best ever fireworks. They said they've had a lot of donations for that. So the fireworks will be about 9:30 that night, and they're going to have bingo, cakewalk, bouncy house, wrestling, tractor show, music by Clock Road Band, homemade ice cream, hot dogs, and hamburgers. And then Friday, July the 7th, at the Union Mills Learning Center, they're going to have a meal. It begins at 6 p.m., and that's $5, and it's going to be green beans, corn, slaw, tomatoes, roll, dessert, and drink. Music begins at 7 p.m. with homegrown and Carolina's Crossroads. No admission for the music program. Tip jar available for the band. And that's all I got going on that I know of up here in this part of the county.
You mentioned cakewalks. My son-in-law loves those cakewalks. He's from New Jersey, and they came down a few years ago. They try to come around to July 4th. They don't always get here. But they came on July 4th. We went over to when Ellenboro was having their big day or big thing on July 4th.
Yeah.
And they had a cakewalk in the building, and he got involved in that. He thought that was the most fun thing he'd ever done, walk around in a circle and try to grab a seat.
It is fun.
And I think he won a cake a time. The next year, he wanted to go back, and I think that was the year they stopped doing it over there. So, but he loves those. They don't do stuff like that in New Jersey.
Well, see, they don't know how to have fun up through there.
Up in New Jersey,
they're Yankees.
That's right. Up in New Jersey, they fight over the cake.
Oh Lord, surely not.
But he thought that was really fun and fascinating to be able to walk around in a circle.
I enjoy cakewalks too. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, and I'm glad that we've still got a community that does this. You know, Mount Vernon used to do stuff years ago, but they don't do nothing no more. And then they used to do something down at the mall. Of course, the mall's about gone, and so they don't do nothing no more. And Rumlin Ball is private, and I think Lake Lure does theirs on Saturday night, don't they?
I think so. I think they do. They do fireworks or something. Now there's a big Freedom Fest over at the Owls Stadium at McNair Field on July 4th, 10 a.m. until 2, and they'll have contest, walking parade, music. The Panthers cheerleaders are going to be there, percussion, drumline, and Varsity Owls baseball game also that day. Fireworks show after the game. So they're doing they're doing stuff like that at the ballpark on July 4th.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
So that'll be it's something to do if people just want to look around.
Yeah, but there's not as many places doing it that as used to be. I can remember when little man was little. We could go to Mount Vernon, we could go to Gilkey, we could go to the mall, we could go up to the lake, and on the 4th. And
that's right.
But now it's just I don't know if it's because the fireworks are so expensive, or if they have to pay a big insurance to do it, or what. But they, or the people just don't want to take the time to get involved in anything like that.
Yeah, a few years ago, you're right, the Tri-City Mall, the Chamber of Commerce, I think, sponsored that or co-sponsored that, and they did them across the road there from the Tri-City Mall, and people were lined up everywhere, parked everywhere to watch those fireworks go off.
Oh, yeah, I can remember, little man, we went down there and parked in the parking lot there, and there's a big old rock right there somewhere, and he wanted to go over and get him something at McDonald's, and so we stood down seeing him cross the street and back, and he said, "Can I sit on this rock?" I said, "Well, of course." And he was sitting up on that rock eating his hamburger and watching fireworks.
We were sort of worked with that a little bit, and we recorded, the radio station recorded a series of patriotic music, and we had everybody that were there to turn the radios on, and they were playing that music while the fireworks are going off. Because they couldn't have a band because it's too widespread, nobody could hear it, but they could turn the radio on, and we were playing patriotic music while the fireworks are going off. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, y'all gonna play music all day long on the 4th, starting at 8 o'clock that morning, ain't you?
We are, and we beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. We're gonna have our best fireworks ever this year. We're gonna go out and strike a match.
Well, you could get a sparkler.
Yeah, there you go. Brother, you have a great day up there.
Okay, catch you later.
Right, bye-bye. 42 minutes after 7 here on this tremendous Thursday morning. Let's find out about the Recliner Center. Find one of those nice, comfortable recliners.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style of furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
I'm happy to report to you today that Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System is stand ready to assist you with your exhaust system conditions and your muffler conditions. And they're open convenient hours, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 12. And here's the phone number if you want to call and set up a time, or you can go by and see them and talk to them. But the phone number is 245-6727. And they got over 16 years experience in that business, and it's the kind of thing you don't want just anybody tinkering with. You want somebody who's going to work on your exhaust system to know what they're doing. And they do know what they're doing at Jackson Custom Muffler Exhaust System. Go see the folks over there and get it done right, and you'll walk away or drive away knowing that you made the right decision. Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. You'll find them over there in Forest City, West Main Street, right across from the Staley Pallet Company. Just up a few doors there from Southern Carpet. And that phone number again is 245-6727. And the name again is Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. Can't miss them. They got a big muffler out front of there in the parking lot there out front. Let you know that's the place. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Well, be sure you make a trip over to Washburn General Store before July 4th and get some of the things that you're going to need for good celebration over. They got a storehouse full of items that you won't think about getting somewhere else. And if you need stick candy, they always have stick candy available. And right now they also have those ice cream freezers, ice cream churns. They got the White Mountain ice cream freezers, both the manual and the electric. Now, when you get up in age, you kind of like to have those electric machines. But if you got grandkids, give them the experience of having turned that. That makes a really good, solid, firm ice cream. Let them have an experience of manually turning that churn. Get one of those White Mountain ice cream churns from Washburn General Store. They have stick candy coming in this week. Pepper plants still for sale. That and a whole lot more fun when you shop Washburn General Store between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. We're having difficulty getting in touch with Luther this morning over in Ellenboro. I don't know if he's already celebrating July 4th or just overslept or didn't pay his phone bill. I don't know what's going on. But we'll go ahead and give you a chance to start calling your birthdays and anniversaries at 287-3356, and we'll celebrate birthdays and give away one of Granny B's cakes for Thursday, June 29th. The birthdays and anniversaries coming up in just a moment. You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Don't know where Luther is. He may be on his way over to Granny B's to get some of those pedophores. He likes good things, too. Pedophores for your baby shower, your wedding reception, or just because. I like them just because. You will, too. Granny B's. They're in their new building there, the brick building there right beside the Shake Shop. And they're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. The phone number to call them is 286-9012 to find out about baking that next wedding cake or anniversary or birthday cake. Granny B's in Spindale. Happy birthday. We're being kind to Shirley Hamilton today. She is retired, lives over in Foss City. Also celebrating today is Reverend Jerry and Gladys Campbell. Van and Susan Sheehan anniversary also. And let's see who else is on the list here. Mackenzie Root is 25, lives over in Forest City. Michaela Elliott is 14 down in the Chase area. And Max Sisk is 82 over in Ellenboro. I wish all these folks a happy. Don and Nelda Melton's having a 54th anniversary celebration today. They live over in the Sandy Mush area, so congratulations to Don and Nelda.
A small boy was asked to testify in an important lawsuit. While on the witness stand, he was cross-examined by the opposing attorney. The attorney, hoping to win a significant victory, asked the boy, "Your father has been telling you how to testify, hasn't he?" "Yes," the boy immediately replied. Thinking he could now destroy the boy's damaging testimony, the lawyer asked, "Now, just tell us how your father told you to testify." Well, Father told me the lawyers would try to tangle me in my testimony, but if I would just be careful to tell the truth, I could repeat the same thing every time. Truthfulness is the bedrock of our society. It is the foundation stones for the superstructure of our civilization. Industry, schools, government, the church, and every other element of society is blessed when honesty is used as the only policy, not just the best policy when convenient. When King Josiah directed that the work on the temple should be done, he did not even ask for a report of how the funds were spent. It says, they did not require an accounting because they acted with complete honesty. Let's all be a committee of one to work to that end in our own society. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And a big congratulations going out to Mackenzie Roop of Forest City. Mackenzie's 25 and just is the lucky winner of the cake this morning. Mackenzie Roop will have a certificate over here for you. Stop by and pick that up and enjoy that cake from Granny B's. Now stand by for the third hour coming up. Dr. Bob's in this morning at 8:35 holding office hours, taking your questions about how to live healthy, what's wrong with you, what's ailing you, where are your pains, and what can you do about it from a natural standpoint. He answers all those questions for you. 8:35 right here in the Blue Room.
Here's a story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch. Here's a story of a lovely lady who was bringing...
And NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Part of President Trump's revised travel ban goes into effect this evening. The move follows Monday's decision from the Supreme Court requiring visa applicants from 6 mainly Muslim nations and all refugees to meet strict criteria to be granted entry into the U.S. Seth Lemon has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The Supreme Court won't hear arguments on the travel ban until at least October, though the White House is expected to detail just how U.S. embassies, consulates, and even customs officials will implement this modified travel ban.
The North Carolina General Assembly seems to be getting close to completing its annual work session. Top House and Senate leaders say they're hopeful they can adjourn the session sometime today or perhaps tomorrow. Governor Roy Cooper was in Columbus and Robeson counties on Wednesday to check on Hurricane Matthew recovery efforts. Cooper visited the reopening of the wildlife ramp along Riverside Drive in Fair Bluff and toured the downtown area. He praised the determination of residents in the area.
I'm amazed at the resiliency and the faith of people here in eastern North Carolina, the never say die attitude. Even in the midst of devastation, you have leaders here who are determined to make life better for people here.
President Trump says Republicans are on the verge of creating what he calls a great health care package. His sprinkle of optimism comes as more Republicans pull their support from the existing GOP repeal and replace Obamacare plan. CBS News correspondent Weijia Zhang has more from Capitol Hill.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is negotiating behind closed doors, trying to gain support for his party's health care bill.
We know that we cannot afford to delay on this issue.
A dozen Republican senators are opposed to the bill in its current form, and 3 new national polls show so are most American.
You're listening to NCN News.
This is Brian Geisinger from the ACC Sports Journal. Here's a look what we have at ACCSports.com today. At the ACC Analytics tab, we take a look at the numbers, break down the video behind Theo Pinson, and see what makes the rising senior from Greensboro, North Carolina, such a special talent for Roy Williams. Also at the ACC Analytics page, we take a look at the numbers behind Baylor grad transfer Al Freeman and how he'll impact NC State's offense in the 2017-2018 season. 5-star running back Zamir White from Scotland County, North Carolina, made his college decision earlier this week. He elected to play for the Georgia Bulldogs over UNC and Clemson. To get the full scoop and details on that, head to ACC Sports. Our 2017 football preview magazine is out. You can order your copy online or pick one up at Barnes & Noble. For the latest news on the Heels, Wolfpack, Devils, Deacons, and the rest of the ACC, make sure to check out ACCSports.com.
Fayetteville police found a drug lab last night at a home on Ireland Drive near Madison Avenue in Fayetteville, not far from Grace United Methodist Church. Fayetteville Police Sergeant Sean Streppy says that officers, hazmat, and SBI converged on the house around 10 p.m. after receiving a tip from a 911 caller that methamphetamine was being made in the home.
We've had one of these before, but it's probably been well over a year. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years.
Happy birthday to the iPhone, 10 years old today. Here's CBS News correspondent Peter King.
It's the sound we first heard 10 years ago today.
We are calling it iPhone.
Apple's Steve Jobs making the announcement nearly 6 months earlier. There were long lines at Apple stores for a revolutionary product that cost hundreds of dollars. CNET's Scott Stein says it was far from perfect.
At first, the iPhone really didn't have a fast internet connection. It was behind the other phones with Edge. So it really wasn't meant to play videos, and it couldn't record videos.
That, of course, changed as the iPhone grew in capability and size. Apple says it's sold 1 billion iPhones in the past decade, and anyone who has one never wants to be without it.
I use it for absolutely everything.
Even if it is sometimes still a mystery.
Sometimes I have to ask my nephew for help.
A new study links intelligence and longevity.
British research suggests children with high IQs may live longer lives. In the British Medical Journal study, thousands tested in 1947 were followed up, and by the age of 79, those with higher IQs had up to a 25% lower risk of dying from heart disease, stroke, cancer, lung disease, dementia, and injuries. 15 IQ points could make a big difference. Researchers say people with higher IQs are more likely to take better care of themselves and seek early medical attention. Larry.
24/7 WCAB is serving the foothills of the Carolinas. Learn more about us at www.wcab59.com.
from ABC News. I'm Aaron Katursky. The investigation into Russian election interference now reaches one of President Trump's closest aides. ABC's Cecilia Vega tells us a longtime bodyguard of President Trump's, now Oval Office Operations Director Keith Schiller, is on the list of those to be questioned.
Schiller did not respond to a request for comment, but sources close to the investigation tell ABC News people on that witness list have been notified. Schiller has known President Trump for nearly 2 decades, a former New York City police officer who is now director of Oval Office Operations, the president assigning him such tasks as hand-delivering the letter to FBI headquarters that told former director James Comey he'd been fired.
President Trump is predicting a great result on health care. ABC's Brad Milkey tells us Republican leaders are racing to revise their bill by tomorrow.
Mitch McConnell is telling senators he wants a revised version of the bill by Friday so everyone can study it over the July 4th recess. But it remains unclear if he can bridge the deep divides in his own party. At least 9 GOP senators currently oppose the bill for a variety of reasons, and even the most optimistic polls say only a quarter of Americans approve of the legislation as is. Some Republicans, including McConnell, have floated Plan B, working with Democrats on piecemeal legislation to steady insurance markets.
ABC's Brad Milkey. Airlines say enhanced security the Department of Homeland Security imposed for inbound flights from overseas may cause delays and passenger frustration.
For Terry Bowe and his wife, getting to Mexico for a 4th of July getaway will be an easy jump south. Inbound travel from some countries will get more complicated today, but Bowe says he's okay with the new security measures.
Yeah, I would think it probably needs to be intensified a little bit.
New rules on who can come into the country and what electronics they can carry are cast against a backdrop of potentially record-setting 4th of July travel volumes. Jim Ryan, ABC News at DFW Airport.
You're listening to ABC News.
This is an important service announcement. The IRS has turned to private collection agencies to collect on unpaid taxes. These collection agencies can only set up payment plans on debt owed. They do not have the authority to enter into a settlement or qualify you for a Fresh Start initiative. Licensed by the State Bar and Federal Tax Court, our attorneys at Easy Tax Relief will protect your rights. For a free consultation, call 800-886-7181. Have you been threatened with a bank levy or wage garnishment? The IRS has the power to seize your assets, freeze your bank accounts, garnish your wages, and revoke or prevent you from getting a U.S. passport. At an all-time high acceptance rate, the Fresh Start initiative has granted Americans hope by granting them tax relief. Don't miss out on this opportunity. The time to act is now. Call 800-886-7181. That's 800-886-7181. Or visit us at easytaxrelief.com. That's letter E, letter Z, taxrelief.com. When only a lawyer will do.
A top advisor to Pope Francis faces charges of sexual assault. ABC's James Longman tells us the Pope granted George Cardinal Pell leave so he can return to Australia to defend himself.
Pope Francis' reaction to all this is going to be under huge scrutiny. He set up a child sex abuse committee, but many just feel that the Vatican has not done enough to deal with this problem. The world will be watching.
Pell is the highest-ranking Vatican official ever to face these accusations, which he denies. At least some of the British government appears concerned media mogul Rupert Murdoch would have too much influence over politics and the news agenda in the UK. The Culture Secretary today referred for further examination Murdoch's bid to fully take control of Sky. When Turkish President Erdogan visits Germany next month for the G20 summit, he wanted to host a rally to address Turkish expats. You will be told that's not possible. Germany says security resources are stretched, but relations between the two countries have been strained. Earlier this year, Erdogan accused Chancellor Merkel of committing Nazi practices when Turkish ministers were blocked from campaigning in Germany. Shipping giant Maersk said most of its terminals are operational again after the company was hit by a ransomware attack that froze computers around the world. Analysts believe this cyber attack was less about money, though, and more meant to send a message to Ukraine, where it originated on the eve of a holiday celebrating Ukrainian independence. ABC News.
Your morning's first news.
Good morning, America. We want to get right to that breaking news.
Never just the headlines, always digging deeper, reporting the facts you deserve. The exclusive news-breaking interviews, what everyone's talking about. Robin, George, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Serving up what you need and what you want. First thing every morning.
Good morning, America.
That's why GMA is America's #1 morning show.
We'll see you in the morning on GMA.
And we think
A new restaurant is now open in Spindale. Old Town Eatery, now in the old Spindale Restaurant Building. Old Town Eatery is cooking up delicious plates just for you. They offer salads, sandwiches, burgers, seafood, steaks cooked to perfection, along with your favorite sides and vegetables. Open 11 until 9 every day. Call 828-286-2282. Remember that name, Old Town Eatery. That's Old Town Eatery on West Main Street in Spindale.
Should be another nice day today, a little bit warmer compared to yesterday, but overall the humidity will still be fairly low for this time of year. Have mostly sunny skies with high temperatures climbing into the middle to upper 80s today. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, partly cloudy and mild with low temperatures in the middle 60s. Then a few more clouds around Friday with the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs climb into the mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
The weekend's coming here in the foothills, and it's not going to be a washout by any means. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good, tolerable weekend. On Saturday, looks like a 40% chance of scattered showers with heat index around 90. We may appreciate that pop-up shower when we get up to 90, heat index around 90. Then on Sunday, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of scattered showers in the afternoon. Monday, 20% chance of isolated showers. And on Tuesday, July 4th, partly cloudy with scattered showers, highs around 91 and a 30% chance of showers. Not a bad weekend at all. Let's make our plans to do that barbecue cooking and cook that old ham or that Boston butt or hot dogs or hamburgers, whatever you want to do. And plan on being outside to spend some time. Right now, though, we're seeing a little sun peeking out. 66 degrees. Blue Room's going to be occupied by Dr. Bob here in a few minutes, holding office hours, taking your question. What's ailing you? What's kind of situation are you finding yourself in? And you want to get a recommendation from him in terms of something on a natural standpoint? He'll be here to answer all those questions. If you want to call it in early, already had some called in this morning, so if you want to get yours in, we'll take them in order that they come and present them to Dr. Bob, and he'll give you an answer based on his book, Dr. Bob's Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes. Congratulations to Mackenzie Roop of Party City. Mackenzie is 25, and she won the cake from Granny B's this morning. And we're being kind to Shirley Hamilton, who's retired and lives in Party City. So we want to wish both of these folks a happy, happy birthday.
You know, the 4th of July is the day for family, fun, and music. And WCAB is going to rock your 4th. Starting at 8 a.m. after the morning call-around report, stay with WCAB as we bring you the music that made America great. From Smokey and the Miracles to Foreigner, Patsy Cline to Carly Simon, Garth Brooks to Rod Stewart, and a whole lot in between. And as you're enjoying the fireworks, make sure you take us with you because we're going to rock this 4th all the way to midnight. So join WCAB for a rocking 4th of July starting at 8 a.m. right here on AM 59 WCAB.
From the county seat of Rutherford County to the foothills of the Carolinas,
We are 50 years strong and still kicking.
this is 590 WCAB.
Whether you're going to work or a doctor's appointment or shopping, the vans and buses at Rutherford County Transit can get you there quickly and safely. Our convenient van service provides trips to a large number of locations throughout the county. With our service, you don't have to hassle with parking or trying to find a ride. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Give us a call today at 828-287-6141 to schedule a ride or visit us on Facebook or on our website at www.drivingpossibilities.com. The Arledge Law Firm and attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, and Martin Sherrard offer years of experience and expertise to provide a wide range of legal services, from real estate closings, Medicaid planning, asset protection, and probate, to litigation of any description. Call 287-3338 for a consultation or visit them at 120 East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Gerald, Kent, Martin, and their staff stand ready to go to work for you. 8:09 right now, 8:09. Let's look at some stories from here and there as we look at them and make a few comments from time to time. Daily Courier is reporting about a 28-year-old homeless man incarcerated in the Rutherford County Detention Center under $48,000 bond stemming from multiple charges. Michael Andrew Osborne, 28, of Rutherfordton, is charged with assault and battery, possession of meth, assault, physical injury, law enforcement, probation, parole officer, resisting a public officer, second-degree kidnapping, assault by strangulation, misdemeanor assault inflicting serious injury, assault with a deadly weapon, and assault on a female. In other words, he got a long rap sheet. The incident occurred Tuesday afternoon on Ted Smith Road. Rutherford County Sheriff Chris Francis said this individual assaulted his father and his girlfriend, and when the officers tried to take him, he assaulted him as well. All have been treated and released, and Michael Andrew Osborne is spending a little time in the Rutherford County Slammer. Other news from around this area, those folks on Broad River Water Authority will be happy to know there's no rate hike this year. They have approved a budget, but there will be no rate hike. The budget is for $6.4 million. Last year that they did not include a rate hike was 2011. They've had a rate hike ever since until this year. So that's good news. No rate hike. And congratulations to the Chase and RS Central Beta Club members. They were attending a National Beta Club convention in Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. So congratulations to those smart kids. Updated story we mentioned briefly with the sheriff this morning is taking effect July 1st. When someone needs to make a report of child or adult abuse or neglect or make contact with DSS, social workers after regular business hours and other times that DSS is closed, there will be a new number to make that contact. The number is 828-229-7205. Rutherford County Department of Social Services has announced a partnership with Southern Voices in Winston-Salem to answer emergency after-hours calls. Southern Voices will accept calls for child and adult protective services after regular business hours and at other times that the agency is closed, such as during times of inclement weather, power outages, or holidays, and refer calls to DSS after-hours social worker. State law requires that DSS be available to accept protective services reports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. NC 2-1-1, part of United Way of Asheville and Buncombe County, who currently provides the service in Rutherford County 911, will direct any callers that may call them to the new number. John Carroll, Rutherford DSS Director, said there will be a learning curve as we educate our consumers and community members about this change. We will work closely with Southern Voices and 211 to maintain protocols to ensure that calls are not missed and that they are routed to the appropriate place. Southern Voices is a telecommunications service that is based in Winston-Salem and serves North Carolina and surrounding states. They provide services to an array of businesses and agencies, including several DSS agencies in North Carolina and Virginia. You can contact DSS if you have further questions on that. A woman was killed Wednesday morning in a crash near the Village Pantry on College Avenue in Shelby. Siobhan Washington, 45, of Rutherfordton, was in the car with her 25-year-old daughter, Kersey Waltney, when the wreck happened around 8:15 a.m. Washington was transported to Carolina's healthcare system, Cleveland, where she was pronounced dead. Waltney and the crane truck driver were also taken to the hospital. Both are awake and alert. She was headed west on Charles Road when she turned left onto College Avenue and was struck by a crane truck, according to Captain Steve Knipe of the Shelby Police Department. Charles Road has a stop sign at the intersection and College Avenue does not. Initial reports indicate that after the crane truck hit Washington's Ford Explorer, that she hit two telephone poles in front of the Village Pantry. Knapp said they're still investigating the cause of the wreck. They will be doing measurements and looking at the vehicle's computers. College Avenue between Charles Road and Suffolk Avenue remained closed Wednesday afternoon. Utility crews with the city of Shelby worked to repair a telephone pole that was knocked down in the crash. But again, Siobhan Washington of Rutherfordton was in the car with her 25-year-old daughter, Kersey Waltney. Washington was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Meanwhile, up in McDowell County, a man is under arrest after McDowell County deputies say he had a stolen motorcycle, guns, meth, and marijuana. Deputies were called to a domestic dispute at Dogwood Acres Loop on June 17th around 7 p.m. The deputy says he found Janer Michael Gibson standing on the carport arguing with a woman. First of all, you don't ever do that. Don't argue with a woman. She's always right. Anyway, back to the story. Gibson arrived at the home on a Kawasaki motorcycle that had been reported stolen out of Burke County. The deputy says he searched Gibson and found 2 stolen handguns, 15 grams of meth, and 2.75 ounces of marijuana. Gibson has been charged with 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of marijuana, possession with intent to sell and deliver marijuana, possession of meth, and possession of stolen motor vehicle. You don't ever argue with a woman. It'll get back to you some way. It's 15 now past the hour. Well, Asheville has been named among the best travel destinations in the U.S. I can see how that could be. Asheville has been ranked number 21 out of all the cities across the U.S. in the TripAdvisor 2017 Traveler's Choice Award. TripAdvisor says they came up with 3 results based on the last 12-month period. Over this period of time, they have used a method that compared reviews for hotels, restaurants, and attractions in that particular city. While Asheville comes in at number 21, the top city to visit in the U.S. is still New York City. Other top cities nearby is Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, and Nashville, Tennessee. So congratulations to Asheville being in that category. Asheville is a beautiful city. They're a little bit liberal to suit me, but they're okay. But I like Asheville. I've worked up there for a long time. Well, this is an interesting story. You wonder about some of these folks, and you wonder sometimes about folks on Facebook too. But you wonder about some of these folks here's a couple, a man and a woman. I guess they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They thought that a book would stop a bullet going through somebody's chest. A woman from western Minnesota is in jail after authorities say she recklessly fired a gun in the fatal shooting of her boyfriend. They put up a book in front of him and thought that would stop the bullet and dared her to shoot him, and she did. Norman County Sheriff Jeremy Thornton says the 20-year-old Halstead woman apparently shot her 22-year-old boyfriend outside of their home Monday night. Fox 9 reported a criminal complaint detailed the shooting incident. In the complaint, Mona Lisa Perez said Pedro Ruiz thought a book held in front of his chest would stop a bullet. The two would make a YouTube video of that stunt. Perez and Ruiz had a child together, and Perez is 7 months pregnant, according to the CBS Minnesota. Ruiz was able to get Perez to participate after he showed her a different book had stopped a bullet. CBS Minnesota reported that the gun used was a .50 caliber handgun. Thornton says a final decision on charges will be determined by the county attorney once the investigation is completed. But he showed her a book that did stop a bullet. Now, I don't know what kind of book that was, but I mean, you can't hold up a Reader's Digest in front of your chest and tell you somebody to shoot you. I mean, it's going to kill you. There's folks out there like that, and unfortunately, a lot of them vote. 18 minutes past 8 o'clock here on this tremendous Thursday morning. I'll be back in just a few moments.
Hi, this is Rhonda with Smith's Drugs of Forest City. I have recently moved over to Home Medical Supply after 8 years of service in the Fountain. I now can help you with your diabetic shoe needs, mastectomy products, and all other home medical supplies. Please call or come by and see me at 139 East Main Street in Forest City, or call area code 828-245-4591. Thank you.
The breast cancer program at Rutherford Regional Health System is designed to provide each patient with comprehensive and compassionate care. Beyond having state-of-the-art technology for early detection and the most current treatments available for breast cancer, each patient is viewed as an individual. As the treatment for breast cancer becomes increasingly complex, it is important to know that Rutherford Regional is here to provide you with knowledgeable and caring medical professionals who will be with you every step of the way. For more information about the breast care program at Rutherford Regional, log on to www.myrutherfordregional.com/breastcare.
Coming up on Friday night, Forest City Owls will be playing Gastonia Grizzlies over here at Forest City, 7:05 game time. And I've got some tickets, courtesy of the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to give some away this morning. I'd like to give a pair of tickets right now to caller number, what did I say, Todd? 7? Caller number 7. Caller number 7, if you'd like a pair of tickets. Owls are on a roll right now. They beat Gastonia yesterday, 5-1, and Gastonia's coming over here now to play. And I've got pair of tickets for that game Friday night. If you'd be caller number 7, they're yours. Caller number 7. Compliments of the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce and your friends over here at WCAB. All right, I can recommend these folks. That's Quality Clean Carpet Care. Now, I know the work, I know the folks, and I know they'll do you a good job. If you have a carpet that needs cleaning, hadn't been cleaned in a long, long time, or is beginning to show dirt and greasy mire and pet stains and hair all in the carpet, you can get that clean in no time, and it dries in about 2 hours and no hidden charges. And all cleaning supplies are biodegradable and harmless to children and pets. Colors are brightened, pet stains and odor removed. Call 453-8886. 453-8886. That'll be Quality Clean Carpet Care. Now, I know the work. I know they do a good job. And you're invited to take advantage of some really good deals right now. Any 3-room steam cleaning and deodorizing is only $74.99. Other deals, 10% off senior citizens discount, law enforcement, active military. So call Quality Clean Carpet Care today and get started and get that carpet cleaned and smelling better before guests start coming in. Congratulations to Ernest Marlowe. Ernest Marlowe won 2 tickets to the Owls game for our Friday night. And let's see. I've got some more. I may give away some more here before it's over with. Dr. Bob's coming in the Blue Room here in just a few moments. And we have the Sheriff's Report right after this. Incredible July 4th clearance center sale at Grindstaff's. Lounge chairs from $3.99 from top name brands such as Drexel, Thomasville, Lexington, and more. In fabric, leather, even some pairs and chairs with ottomans at savings of over 80%. Sofas from $6.99 by Bernhard, Martha Stewart, Heckman, Fairfield, and more with over 80% savings. Save on limited quantities of Serta mattress sets with twin sets from $1.99, 4 from $2.49, Queen from $2.99, and King from $59. Now's the time to buy. Bring your truck or we can arrange for delivery. Our very best quality of patio furniture with up to 75% savings. Black mesh wrought iron sets from Metacraft while they last. 4-piece seating group at $8.99 or 5-piece dining set at $9.99. You don't want to miss our best offer ever on these durable outdoor furniture sets. Don't miss the weekend event on these incredible clearance center deals at Grindstaff's of Forest City. Here now is Sheriff Chris Francis with our report. Sheriff?
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office responded to 138 calls for service. There have been 20 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently in custody, we have 218. Among those arrests, Branson Allen Conley, a 16-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and received a $10,000 secure bond. Alex Arnold Owens, 17-year-old white male of Mooresboro, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and consuming alcohol underage, received a $20,000 secure bond. Malachi Isaac Gordon, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, received a $10,000 secure bond. James Ryan Tilley, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, second-degree kidnapping, possession with intent to sell and deliver marijuana, and an older warrant of second-degree trespass, received $45,000 on the new charges and $500 secure on the old. Charles Jacob Branlett, 17-year-old white male of Forest City, was also charged with assault, inflicting serious injury, and received a $10,000 bond. These last 5 young men were charged out of the same incident. Joel Franklin McClellan, a 52-year-old white male of Ruston, was charged with failure to appear, and a show cause, received a $1,000 secure bond. Nick Anthony Blackwell, 31-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with 4 counts of failure to appear and received a $70,000 secure bond. David Elliott Hayes, 36-year-old white male of Rock Hill, South Carolina, was charged with possession with intent to manufacture, sell, and deliver heroin, possession of controlled substances in jail, and possessions of drug paraphernalia. Still waiting on his bond. David Joseph Leinhart, 26-year-old white male of Ellenborough, was charged with possession of Schedule 2, drug paraphernalia, and possession of Schedule 4, and assault on a female, and received a $15,000 secure bond. Amanda Brooke Walker, 24-year-old white female, Mount Holly, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $2,000 secure bond. Kenneth Elroy Riddle, 40-year-old white male, Mooresboro, was charged with failure to appear and resist direct delay and received a $1,000 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had assault with a deadly weapon on Harris Henrietta Road. The boys that assaulted the young victim, who was 18 years old, used hands, feet, and lawn chairs for that assault. When the law enforcement officers were on the scene, the victim was bleeding from his face, also from his head, as well as other lacerations about his body, and was transported to Rutherford Hospital. The 5 young men were taken into custody I mentioned earlier. We had obtained property of false pretense on Pea Ridge Road. Someone sold a mobile home with a lien on same. We had a worthless check on US 221 North. Someone wrote a check $85 was insufficient funds. We had a break-in, entering, and larceny of a firearm on US 221 North. There was a 10 cash register valued at $300 that was taken. 10 flashlight tasers that were taken, valued at $15 each. Some Georgia work boots valued at $160. A gold chain necklace with a gold pendant on it valued at $100. A .38 snub-nosed revolver valued at $200. 3D mascot flags with Clemson and UNC on them, valued at $15. There were 10 of those, as well as a few other smaller items taken in that incident. There was, in a separate incident, 2 bicycles that were located near Washburn store, and Sheriff's Office is seeking the correct owner of those. Not give out the names of those bikes, but if someone is missing a bike in that Washburn area, please give the Sheriff's Office a call at 286-2911, and we'll look into that for you. We also had a break-in enter on McAdoo Lane in Lake Lure. We were able to secure a warrant on Brandon Naquan Williams, 27-year-old black male from close to that area. In that incident, he has not been taken into custody at this time. We also have an injury to property on Whitesides Road, where playground equipment was damaged in the amount of $1,000. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate that report. Now, I've got another pair of tickets in my hand for Friday night's game between the Owls and the Grizzlies at 7:05 at McNair Field. If you'd like to go, be caller number 8. Caller number 8 at 287-3356. Just gave away a pair a moment ago. Got another pair of these, compliments of the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce. These will get you in free for the game on Friday night. Caller number 8. Caller number 8 at 287-3356. Call now.
I had a hole in my heart. I had a brain injury.
Every day, kids come to Levine Children's Hospital with something they don't want. So we surround them with the things they do, like a kid-friendly environment and world-class medicine with impressive results. It's why we're ranked a best children's hospital in multiple specialties by U.S. News & World Report. That's the care you demand when it's your child. Levine Children's Hospital at Carolinas Healthcare System. Learn more at levinechildren'shospital.org.
To Los Angeles. Vanderbilt coach Derek Mason has indefinitely suspended 3 Commodores football players who were involved in an incident that resulted in 2 of them being shot. The 3 players are defensive backs Tay Daly and Frank Coppett and receiver Donovan Tennyson. Police said Daly suffered a gunshot wound to his leg and Coppett received a birdshot wound to his arms in an attempt to recover Tennyson's stolen cell phone. Josh Zach.
When it comes to foot and ankle care, not all physicians are the same. While many can treat very simple conditions, only a very few can offer specialized care. For example, when choosing a foot and ankle physician, you'll want to ask if the physician has had more than the minimum level of training when diagnosing and treating your condition. Only very few physicians can say they've done extra research and studies on the complex challenges that foot and ankle care can present. Right here in Rutherford County, there's only one physician who can say he is a fellowship-trained foot and ankle surgeon. Dr. Jason Glover of Rutherford Orthopedics has completed additional training in Ohio and Illinois in order to offer a greater level of expertise in foot and ankle care than any other physician in this region. If you're suffering from foot and ankle pain from an injury or just getting older, call Dr. Jason Glover at 828-287-9260 for more information. You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular, flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
No contract chase for Elliott, while Dale Jr. wants to say thanks.
This is not a retirement tour. It's because I'm not retiring.
Plus Almirola.
Go for another CT scan. Looking forward to getting good news there.
And Harvick on Boyer.
Well, that's a normal day for Clint. He walks that way, too.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass. There's no one in the world quite like you. That's why your search for a car is more than just, well, the search for a car. It's about finding the perfect car for you. The right car to carry you on the journey to your dreams. At Auto Trader, you can compare new and used cars and save your searches along the way. Auto Trader will send you cars that match what you're looking for. And they'll even let you know when the price drops on a car you've saved. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
The stars of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series return to the historic Atlanta Motor Speedway, February 23rd through 25th in 2018. Don't miss any of the thrilling action with Sunday grandstand seats starting at just $39, and all kids tickets are just $10. The weekend begins with qualifying on Friday and a full day of racing with the Renai 250 and Active Pest Control 200 doubleheader on Saturday. Then on Sunday, drivers do battle for 500 grueling miles in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Get your tickets now. Call 877-9-AMS-TICKS or visit amsracetix.com.
Chase Elliott's current contract was good through next season, but Rick Hendrick has just signed the 21-year-old driver to a new deal, keeping him with NASCAR's winningest organization until at least the end of 2022. Hendrick still has to name a replacement for Dale Earnhardt Jr. and decide the fate of Casey Kane. Speaking of Dale Jr., as he winds down his full-time Cup career, Daytona is going to be the kickoff of a 5-month campaign he's calling the Junior Nation Appreciation. On his weekly podcast with wife Amy, Junior made it clear this is a way during the rest of the season to make sure the focus is not just on him.
The Appreciation Tour is basically our way of showing the fans, all the folks that I've ever worked with, raced with, the industry, the media, basically showing everyone how much we really appreciate them. This is not a retirement tour. It's because I'm not retiring. This career was influenced by a lot of folks, and we want to make sure that they're recognized. We want to make sure that the fans are recognized.
Injured on May 13th over the weekend, driver Eric Almirola was out in Sonoma, California, and says he could be back behind the wheel of the Richard Petty 43 by Kentucky, New Hampshire, or Indy. It all depends on a CT scan this week on his fractured vertebrae.
Looking forward to getting good news there. At that point, we'll just have to start going through the process of trying to get me back in the race car. My status is good. I feel good every day. Normal activity feels good. So now I just got to kind of wait for the bone to heal up.
Meanwhile, Fox's TV ratings for Sonoma were down 14% from a year ago and 22% from 2015. And let's get you what you need. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
AutoZone presents the oil change. Regular oil changes protect your engine from wear and tear, helping your car roll well beyond the 100,000-mile mark. And right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil conventional motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $23.99. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner. Let's get you what you need. See store for restrictions and details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. On the way to being the runner-up, Clint Boyer went through the spin cycle at Sonoma, and his teammate Kevin Harvick's reaction, what's new?
Well, that's a normal day for Clint. You know, he walks that way too. He'll walk and he'll spin around in circles, and then he'll walk in a different direction. He'll spin around in circles. So today was just a normal day for Clint.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you in part by AutoZone.
Well, this happens often around the racetrack, but we hope it never happens to you. If it does, turn your problems over to the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, the preferred repair center. The Collision Center is the only body shop with a controlled downdraft booth. It's an approved insurance repair center. They repair all makes and all models. You have the right to go to the repair shop of your choice. Make it a good one. Make it the Collision Center at McCurry Deck, located behind McCurry Deck Motors, Highway 74A, Forest City.
Should be another nice day today, a little bit warmer compared to yesterday, but overall the humidity will still be fairly low for this time of year. Mostly sunny skies with high temperatures climbing into the middle to upper 80s today. Overnight tonight into Friday morning, partly cloudy and mild with low temperatures in the middle 60s. Then a few more clouds around Friday with the potential for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Highs climb into the mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
It is shaping up to be a beautiful day. Right now we're up to 69, climbing to about 84 today with wind gusting to about 13 miles per hour. Looking toward that ever-loving July 4th weekend, starting on Saturday, partly cloudy with scattered showers only, about 40%. Heat index around 90 on Saturday. Then on Sunday we have an 88 for the expected high. Chance of rain, 40% scattered shower popping up. And then on July 4th, partly cloudy with 30% chance of scattered showers, highs around 91. These scattered showers, pop-up showers, not going to amount to much, just enough to maybe look up at the clouds. Oh, it looks like a cloud coming up. We'll get through the holiday weekend anyway. And again, right now, 69 degrees. Congratulations to Shirley Brown. Shirley Brown also won us a pair of tickets to the Friday night game between the Owls and the Grizzlies. And with compliments of the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce. And we'll have some more we'll give away before the game tomorrow night. These tickets will be right here. Just need to stop by here and pick those up before tomorrow. The following program, Dr. Bob's Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes, is paid for by Dr. Bob Crummy. The opinions expressed on this program by Dr. Crummy are not necessarily those of the owner and staff of WCAB. You are invited to call your questions in live now to Dr. Bob at 287-3356. And now live in the studio, here is Dr. Bob Crummy. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Good morning, Jim Bishop. It's great to be with you again in the beautiful Blue Room at WCAB.
We're happy to have you here. We remind folks that this is a program where you can call Dr. Bob a question in, give it to Todd, he'll bring it back to us, or you want to talk directly to Dr. Bob, you can do that. Just tell him, we'll put you on the air and get to ask your question live on the radio, and he'll be glad to respond to you. Sometimes he'll have a follow-up question. So the phone lines are clear at 287-3356, and if something spurs up an interest in your mind, something you want to ask him, feel free to give us a call during the conversation this morning. Dr. Bob, we have about 3 questions here, if you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
First one that came in, what do you recommend for prostate health?
Well, I recommend saw palmetto, number 1. Saw palmetto is a fantastic herb, and I say that simply because I've had prostate problems for 30 years now. I had an enlarged prostate 30 years ago, and it just stayed that way. And then but I didn't have symptoms of it until about, I guess 10 years ago. But shortly after I started having my symptoms and difficulty urinating, I read about saw palmetto, and I went to the health food store and got me a bottle of it. And I tell you what, it changes the way you urinate and the way you feel. And it absolutely cured things. I don't know if it shrinks the prostate or what it does, but there are also other herbs that do the same thing, like dandelion does, and there are 4 or 5 things. So you can go in almost any grocery store where there are vitamins and minerals and things like that, and usually they'll have a pharmacist in the grocery store, like in Ingles, and just go ask the pharmacist, where's something for prostate, and they recommend over-the-counter stuff. It works like a charm. Now I tell you what doesn't work, and what doesn't work is the medications we prescribe for people. There are too many side effects associated with that. I've forgotten what the prime medicine that is generally prescribed for prostate, but it causes prostate cancer. Isn't that amazing that we take something that will cause prostate cancer and we give it to people who have prostate problems? But the interesting thing is that works so well, I've never had to go past that. The thing that I recommend you not doing is not doing surgery or things like that. If you're gonna, if someone tries to persuade you to do that, then make sure you get a second opinion. And now this is amazing to me. PSA, people talk about PSA all the time. If it's elevated, they want to take samples of your prostate and things like that. Well, the guy who came out with the research and the studies about PSA retracted all of that about 10 years later, and he said, listen, that's just a waste of time. PSAs don't tell you anything. It's like you telling everybody who has blue eyes that they need to have their prostate samples taken.
Is it an obvious conclusion, foregone conclusion, that all males that live up 50 above, they'll have enlarged prostate?
Yes, it is. And now I'm sure there are probably a few that don't, but generally speaking, yes, that's one thing. And the interesting thing is, almost all males get cancer of the prostate. However, the cancer outlives the person. In other words, it doesn't spread. The prostate's encapsulated, and the abnormal cancer cells, usually our immune system will keep a balance going, like it'll kill enough of the cells that it never really bothers us.
Next question, what causes skin tags?
I don't know, but I know how to get rid of them. You can take a little thread, from a spool of thread, and tie a little knot around the bottom, and they'll just fall off, because you cut off the circulation to it. That's an easy way to do it. Another thing is you can take some Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, and the liquid form of it now, and put a drop on the tag several times a day. The more frequently you put the drop on the tag, the quicker it will drop off. And you can do the same thing. It's not only skin tags, it's sometimes warts, plantar warts, moles. It can even be a skin cancer, and you just put the Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap on it, and do it frequently. It will fall off. The other thing you can do, and this sounds strange, I know, but you can actually take an aspirin and put a drop of water on it, put it in a Band-Aid and put it over the skin tag or over the wart or whatever it is, the mole, and it'll drop off.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next question has to do with cramps that develop in a person's legs at night while they're in bed.
Well, generally speaking, if you will take and get a tablespoon of honey and a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, mix it up in a little bit of water, and drink that twice a day, it'll stop that. Now, I've also had pharmacists tell me that tonic water does the same thing. You can buy tonic water and just drink maybe a half a glass of it twice a day, and it will relieve it.
Has something to do with your electric lights?
Electrolytes, yep. And our body is so amazing how it balances everything. You think of all the stuff we take in by mouth, and it gets absorbed into our bloodstream, and then we utilize it and get rid of it and this sort of thing. And then the other thing, too, is just how we are constantly destroying cells and creating cells. For instance, when our body makes a red blood cell, it has a lifespan of 120 days. After 120 days, that blood cell will die, and a new one will be created. And so each day we lose 1/120th of our blood supply, but we also gain it because we produce and so to eat things and to repair things and to get rid of the waste products, our body is really the miracle of the universe.
Right.
We need to treat it well.
Yes. That's the last question we've had, but I know you always come with a lot of information in hand.
Well, I enjoy talking about things so much that really work, and like during the week people will call me and ask me things, and I guess this week the thing I've talked about most with people is aloe vera. And I was so pleasantly surprised about the questions I get asked and how well it works when people start drinking aloe vera juice. Now, the aloe vera is good for so many things. It's been around for 4,000 years. It's mentioned in the Bible, and it's very medicinal. I've said, but I started off by saying, and I don't think this is original with me, I'm sure I got it from someone, aloe vera juice cures anything from your mouth to your anus, any kind of problem you had. And I was talking to someone who had an irritable bowel syndrome with a lot of gas and this sort of thing, and they were pleased with the aloe vera juice, but they were only taking it once a day, and they still had a little bit of problems with gas and so forth. And I said, well, what you need to do is, rather than you can take 2 to 4 ounces and drink it 4 times a day. About every 4 hours, just drink a half cup full of it. And you can drink a whole glass if you want to, but the thing about it is, it will work. Let's suppose it stops that gas. If you've got diarrhea, it stops the diarrhea. If you've got constipation, it clears up the constipation. if you've got ulcerative colitis, you know, in my opinion, there's no need to take out someone's colon. All you've got to do is just start them drinking aloe vera juice. Now, you may have to have them drink a gallon a day for a while, you know, for the first day or so. But the other thing about it is it heals people very quickly. You know, I talked earlier about the saw palmetto. Well, the nice thing about saw palmetto is, you know, I took it, and 4 hours later, it's working in me. And so that's really, really impressive, you know. And the same thing is true with aloe vera juice. Anything you can think of, from your mouth to your anus, whether it's ulcers or whatever, is going to be cured or controlled by the aloe vera juice. Now, also, aloe vera is great for skin problems. And if you read about it, like a lot of herbologists write about aloe vera, and they will emphasize burns, inflammation, and things like that that people get. And they'll tell you how good the aloe vera juice is from the leaf on the skin. Well, almost, I don't think I've read a single one where they said that it also will speed up the cure of shingles. But it works so well for shingles also. And so that's something that you don't forget. If you've got shingles, well, have you ever had shingles?
Never have. No.
I didn't until I was about 55, and when I was 55, I got some little blisters on the top of my head about the size of a silver dollar on the left side, right over my left ear, and it was shingles. And fortunately, I learned about it, and who did I learn about it? From a patient who came to see me. And he told me, he said that the hospital wanted to do surgery on him, that they said he had some of the worst stomach ulcers they've ever seen, and that they had to take about half of his stomach out. Well, one of his cohorts at the factory he worked at said to him, listen, if you'll just cut you off an aloe vera leaf and kind of peel the peeling off the thing and eat that white gel-like substance, it will cure your ulcer. He started doing that, and sure enough, his ulcer disappeared. And so he was the same guy who told me about the aloe vera, you know, and I just cut the leaf off and just lay it up there, and it speeds up the healing. Now, let's see, since I was 55, now soon I'm going to be 80, so what is that, 25 years ago? Yeah. Well, during that time, I've had my shingles break out maybe 5 times, and each time it's on my head, the same place. And each time it's painful, and I just, you know, I feel the little blisters up there, and I put the leaf, cut it open with a gel part laying, and I put it there, and in 30 minutes it's not painful at all. And if I leave it there, it speeds up the healing. If you do nothing except keep it clean, it's going to heal itself maybe in, run its course in 4 to 8 weeks. But if you put the aloe vera plant on it, it's going to speed up running its course, and it'll run its course in a week.
Big difference.
Big difference, yeah. So, you know, if you tune in today just to hear about the aloe vera, keep some. And the good news is it's pretty inexpensive. You know, I get mine from Walmart, $6.40 for a gallon of it. In fact, I'm going to go and buy a couple when I leave here today, just because I need to, you know.
Well, too, I'm going to have to get me some. Yeah, I've seen it priced much higher than that in some of the bigger stores, chain stores. Right?
And it was higher in Walmart too. It was really interesting. You know, when the price of gas went up, I noticed that the aloe vera juice went up, and I guess it's because of the transportation increasing cost. But I was impressed with Walmart when the price of gas came down. All of a sudden, the price of the aloe vera juice came down too.
I'd never heard of drinking the aloe vera juice until you started coming on the program and doing those things for your head. But I've heard all my life that aloe vera plants are good for burns. If you burn your finger, just break off a leaf of that and rub it on that burn, and it takes care of it. I've heard that all my life.
Well, have you ever done that?
Yes, I have.
I have too, and it works like a charm, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The other thing that, you know, like that's a miracle thing that everybody needs to keep at home. The other thing is hydrogen peroxide. I mean, hydrogen peroxide is fantastic stuff, and it's knowing how to use the hydrogen peroxide. For instance, if you will gargle with hydrogen peroxide every morning when you get up and every night before you go to bed, you're not going to get sick. Now, try it. It works, you know, and after a while you forget to do it, you know, and then you might get, but most infections start in our throat and somehow get into our bloodstream or into our chest or whatever. And, you can use antibiotics, but why do that when the other stuff is around too? So keeping hydrogen peroxide at home. Another thing is, if you have an upper respiratory tract infection, you can put about 1 ounce of hydrogen peroxide into a gallon of the water in your vaporizer, and during the night just cut that on, and you breathe that moist air that has extra oxygen in it from the hydrogen peroxide, gets absorbed into your lungs very easily, and your upper respiratory tract infection generally will be cured the following morning.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the peroxide is very inexpensive as well.
Oh yeah, in fact, yes, about $1 for a pint, something like that, you know. And then two other miracle things that are real interesting, and one is raw honey. And raw honey is probably the best antibiotic available. But the key is for it to be raw honey and not pasteurized honey, because if you heat it up, you pasteurize it, you kill some of the medicinal effects of it. A lot of people now make their own teas also. They get herbs and, you know, cut them up, and or else they'll get a capsule of an herb and they'll put that into their tea. The interesting thing about making teas, first of all, the dried stuff it keeps its medicinal effect. But once you make a tea, you've got about 48 hours to drink it, because after that it loses its medicinal effect. So a lot of times these processed things that are in big plastic containers, when we buy them in the stores, they're already kind of neutralized, you know, and they've lost their therapeutic effect. You hear people talking about apple cider vinegar, you know, and the apple cider vinegar, of course, is super for electrolyte imbalance and things like that. I think it's in Vermont. The people in Vermont really love apple cider vinegar along with the raw honey, and they have a drink. They drink it in the morning and they drink it in the evening, and they say they don't get sick, and they say they live longer than people in any other state.
Could be true. I remember many years ago, when I was at another radio station across town, I interviewed a guy that discovered jogging in the jug. He was a dairy farmer, and he used vinegar to clean his milk containers and all those things. He realized what a good job it is. So he mixed vinegar, I believe it was grape juice, and maybe another juice. Two juices and the vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed that together and turned it into a drink, and he drank that. He called it jogging in the jug. Drink that every day, and he was up in his age at that point. He said, "I feel like a 25-year-old kid." So it's a drink that works as well with the vinegar in the grape juice.
I remember something about that, and it seems to me like I first heard about 20 years ago, and it was here.
Yeah, they sold it in the stores here. For
somebody,
a while.
yeah.
I don't know what happened to that, but
he probably died, and there's nobody else to carry it on.
Nobody believed in it, so they took it away. We got about 2 minutes left.
Well, the other thing that we should never lose sight of, and that is exercise is really the very best medicine we can do. And I'm not talking about taking it to the extreme. I'm talking about just something very, very simple, you know. It can be as simple as chair yoga twice a week. That kind of thing is the best medicine you can take for almost anything. The other thing is good nutrition, you know, and just stay away from toxic foods or toxic things. Learn a little bit about toxicity and how we get things like aluminum and mercury and lead into our system and how we get it out. You know, it's very difficult to get those things out of our system. For instance, deodorants, in order to increase their shelf life, they put a little aluminum in the deodorant. And so when we use that roll-on deodorant, we absorb the aluminum, and it's hard to get out, you know. And so that can account for us being sort of sickly or losing our energy, things like that. The other thing is when we get these foods like the berries, cherries, blueberries, things like that. They are loaded with goodies, but they'll put a little spray on that, and the spray, you need to really wash it off because it will have pesticides, herbicides, those kind of things in it, and they're toxic to us. So if we can avoid toxins, if we can exercise, if we can eat nutritiously, and then one thing I need to mention, I guess, and that is you'll see a lot of advertisement about coenzyme Q10. Any kind of cardiovascular problem, coenzyme Q10, you should be taking it. Even if you don't have it, just if you're over 60, take it. And then you see a lot advertised too about omega-3, and I take the omega-3, but I take it in the form of flaxseed oil capsules. One of those twice a day, and you're not going to have any kind of coronary heart pain and things like that.
So I call them, want to know a home remedy for asthma.
A home remedy for asthma. Well, I think the best thing is to try to avoid things that you are allergic to. That's number one. And number two, it's a matter of staying calm. It's people who have asthma, most of the time we outgrow the asthma. But there are certain things, like our air gets polluted and this sort of thing, and so we need to stay in good shape. If you have asthma, you really need to watch your health. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. That's really important. Be healthy. Keep your weight down. Those kinds of things are really helpful. Avoid toxins. One thing that probably helps as much or more than anything is get you an air purifier. You can get one of these air things for the room and just put a little filter on it and cut it on, and it will take all the pollens out of the air and so forth, and that will be very helpful.
One final question. We're running out of time. One final question. What is zinc good for?
Well, zinc is good when you don't have enough of it in your system. And most people don't. I think they say 70% of people have a zinc deficiency. Now, we used to have those little elements like that in our food substances, but we've got all the stuff out of the ground now, and so we don't get the zinc. And if we take the zinc tablet. And the nice thing about that is you'll know if that's the problem, if you've got a zinc shortage, and there's no need to be tested for this, to have them do blood tests or so forth. Just take one. You can get a pill that has zinc, magnesium, and calcium in it because those are three minerals that most people get a shortage in. Zinc, magnesium, and calcium, you can get that at any health food store. Take one a day, and it should help you straighten you out. A lot of people think it causes tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and so if you got the ringing in the ears, very often a zinc tablet will help that.
Well, Bob, our time is coming and going again.
I'm looking forward to next Thursday already.
Next Thursday. Folks, have a wonderful day. We'll be back together tomorrow morning, bright and early, here on WCAB. Now have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll join the news already in progress.
Clemson, to get the full scoop and details on that, head to ACC Sports. Our 2017 football preview magazine is out. You can order your copy online or pick one up at Barnes & Noble. For the latest news on the Heels, Wolfpack, Devils, Deacons, and the rest of the ACC, make sure to check out ACCsports.com.
A court is scheduled to hear a lawsuit challenging the legislature's effort to shift power from the State Board of Education to the elected Republican superintendent. The State Education Board, currently dominated by Republicans, filed a lawsuit saying the power shift violates the state constitution. Iraqi forces say they've retaken a key mosque in the city of Mosul. It's the same mosque where ISIS declared a caliphate in Iraq and Syria. ISIS blew up the mosque last week as Iraqi forces closed in, and U.S. forces are increasingly joining the fight against extremists in Syria.
General Townsend came straight from a forward command post near Raqqa.
Hi, Holly. It's good to see you again.
The city ISIS calls its capital, where US-backed fighters launched an assault this month, assisted by American airstrikes.
I think we're in actually the first 25 or 30% of the campaign for Raqqa. We're just getting started good in Raqqa.
American troops have been welcomed in this corner of Syria. This logistics base, its air